Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Entrepreneur Podcast, where purpose, passion, and prosperity collides. Today, we're tackling a question that might seem simple, but life changing. Are you worth it? Self love. Me doing this podcast took me a long time to get here because I wasn't sure that this was something I should even be doing. Like, who would listen? Like, will people judge me? I had all these negative thoughts, all these questions about whether I should do this podcast or not. Then one day I decided I have more years behind me than I have ahead of me. I have more years behind me than I have ahead of me. I don't want to be lying in my deathbed wondering, should I, coulda, woulda. So I decided to just jump. And here I am. Is it scary for me every day? Absolutely. But can I do this? Absolutely. Am I grateful for the opportunity to do it? Absolutely. The more I do it, the more I believe in myself? Absolutely. Uh, One big thing that I've learned in my life is that the knowing is in the doing. And when I say the knowing is in the doing, it's like as you start to do things, you start to know. Like you intuitively just know what's right, what's wrong. You learn from the things that you didn't understand so that you can do better the next time. So I'm really happy to have the opportunity to sit here and ask you the question about self-love. Are you worth it? Let's be real. We all have had moments of self-doubt. But today, I'm here to remind you why the answer to that question will always be a resounding yes. The first and foremost reason why it's always a resounding yes through all the self doubt and negativity that we have is that God doesn't make any mistakes. That each and every one of us have gifts and are here to serve each other. Each and every one of us deserves to know that we are the best version of ourselves every day, and we should be working towards being the best version of ourselves every day. So, what does self love really mean? Self love isn't about arrogance or vanity. It's about valuing yourself enough to set boundaries, prioritizing your well being, and treat yourself like you treat someone you truly care about. Isn't it funny how people will go out their way to treat people to get their approval, to make sure they're doing all the things they need to do and neglect themselves? And then they wonder why that person doesn't love them the back and give them the same respect that they give them. You must love yourself as you would love someone else first. You can't begin to have the proper and kind of relationships you deserve until you start to treat yourself first and start to love yourself first, to know who you are first. I know that it's not enough to just say that, but it's the key to everything in our lives. It's the key to being the best version of ourselves. It's the key to have no issue with setting boundaries and teaching people how to treat you. Not treating people better than you treat yourself because you need their approval, their love. Because the more you love yourself and respect yourself, the kind of person you deserve will love you and respect you the same way. So it's imperative that you understand that self-love is the number one love, the number one love that you should have. And that's for yourself. And again, let me say that's not being arrogant or vanity or anything like that. It's just a pure form of loving you, not thinking you're better than anyone else, because we're all a part of this whole universe. We all deserve to be here. So no one's better than the next person. But there's levels of being. And the best level that you always want to be working towards is being the best version of yourself. And being the best version of yourself and having self-love and self-respect. People will see that and give it back to you. The same way they see if you don't respect yourself. Let me give you a few signs that you might be undervaluing. Why is undervaluing a word I'm having a problem with today? Signs you're undervaluing yourself. You're constantly saying yes when you mean no. You're constantly saying yes when you mean no. Because if I say no, that person might not love me or like me or want me around anymore. That right there is a true sign that you're not loving yourself. Struggling to celebrate your wins. When someone gives you a compliment about something you've done great and you can't acknowledge it, you kind of shrug it off or saying, or you wonder in your mind, are they for real? This next one really gets me. Comparing yourself to others and feeling less than. Comparison is a dream killer. And there's no reason that we should be comparing ourselves to anyone but who we were yesterday. See, because we all play a role in this thing called life. And you're comparing yourself to what that person has. You don't know their whole journey, what they've been through, why they're the way they are. And actually, it's really none of your business. You only really should be focusing on who you are. That's why we're here, to focus on who we are. We should always be moving forward and working towards being our best self, understanding our higher self. Now, if any of these last three things I've said to you resonate with you, you're not alone. And you're in the right place. It's imperative that I tell you that we must understand that we are perfect just the way we are in any moment in time. And the only way to get better is to understand that we need to be self-aware and really focus on who we are. And know that we have everything we deserve from the inside out. I want to help you and just give you 3 little ways that possibly can help you reclaim your self-worth. And there's no one that's on this planet Earth that at some point in time feels unworthy or has some worth issues, including me, absolutely. So this is the big one. I think step 1 is changing your inner dialogue. Your words have power. So start your day with something like, I am worthy of love and success. I am absolutely worthy of love and success. I am grateful that God woke me up this morning. I am grateful for who God has made me because He makes no mistakes. I am grateful and worthy of all my desires and dreams beyond my wildest imagination. People think affirmations, I've heard people think, do they really work? Let's look at it from this perspective. The same way we say negative things, that's pretty much that those negative thoughts have our life moving in those directions. We see things through those negative thoughts, those negative perspectives. So if we could see our life through the negative, tell me if we had positive thoughts, why we couldn't see our life through the positives. It's about training your mind to get rid of those wires that keep focusing on the negative stuff. And most of that stuff it's just dropping in your head. It's not you. And when you realize that most of that negative activity is really just stuff dropping in your head, that's not really you. See, the real you speaks of yourself from a positive perspective. Your higher self is never talking to you from a negative point of view. But first, you have to train your mind. It's the same way as if you would mow your lawn every single solitary day a certain way in a certain pattern. Your grass is going to grow back that certain way in that certain pattern. So if I'm constantly thinking negative thoughts, that's what's going to constantly keep coming to me, and that's how my life is going to start to evolve around me. But if I change my brain patterns, if I decide that when I hear those negative thoughts, oh no, that can't be about me because I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy of love and success in my life. So I say to you, change the inner dialogue, because the inner dialogue is very, very clear about how you feel about you. And when you can train your mind and yourself and your thoughts to know that that's not me, I am worthy. I deserve everything that God has for me in store. Step 2 is boundaries. Learn to say no without guilt. Saying to no to others is saying yes to yourself. Oh my God, let me say it again. Saying no to others is saying yes to yourself. And let me go back to, it is not being arrogant. It's not thinking you're better. It's, I need this time and space for me. I really don't want to do that. See, because when we do things that we don't want to do, we hurt ourselves. We're not hurting the other person. So learn, it's nothing to be guilty about when you say no. No is a complete sentence. No. If they ask why, I have other priorities, things that I need to take care of. If I did, I'd be more than happy to help you, but I can't today. So learn to say no without guilt. Because when we say yes instead of when we really want to say no, we're only hurting ourselves. And again, celebrate your small wins. Number 3 is celebrate your small wins. For example, somebody asked you to do something you know you didn't want to do it. You said no. And then smile and say, look at you. Every step forward is progress. Every little step forward is progress. So by taking action every day to do little things to support you, to know who you are, and to become the best version of yourself is why we're here. We're here to learn our lessons, to serve each other, and to work from our higher self, to be the best version of ourselves. So I think it's imperative that you understand every day you need to celebrate any small win that you have in setting boundaries and helping yourself work towards being the best version of yourself. Let's talk about why self love impacts every relationship. See, when you truly love yourself, you show others how to treat you. When you truly love yourself, you show others how to treat you. Your relationships thrive because you're no longer seeking external validation. See, because everything we need is inside. And whatever's reflecting on the outside is what you're thinking on the inside. If you want better quality relationships, have a better quality relationship with yourself. If you want better quality relationships, have a better quality relationship with yourself. Set boundaries, love yourself. Do the things that you would do for other people without thought. Do for yourself first. Be okay with saying no. And none of these acts are selfish. None of these acts are selfish. It's essential. None of these acts that you do for yourself in moments when you need to do things for you is not selfish. It's essential. I want you to take a moment to pause and ask yourself, not just now, but every day. But let's just start now at this moment. I want you to take this moment to pause and ask yourself, what am I doing today to show myself love? What am I doing today to show myself love? This morning, these are the things I did to show myself love. On Sundays, I rest as long as I want to rest because I've worked all week. I get up. I do this every morning. I write in my gratitude journal. I write the good things that I want to accomplish every day. I exercise. I fix me something good to eat. And I just take a moment to do whatever it is I like to do on Sundays. Like whatever it is I want to do. That's what I do. I don't let people break my peace when I'm having my moments of just being with me. I love being with me because I get at times to really find out who I am and how I'm evolving. I get to ask myself questions and to think about how I can be better every day. I replay my days and figure out, could I handle situations better? And why was I acting that way? Because all those things make me a better person and then make me attract people to me who are vibrating on the same level that I'm vibrating on, who have the same self standards and self-love standards for themselves that I do. So let's make self-love a daily habit, starting right now. Let's make self-love a daily habit. It's the habit will change your life in the way that you never thought possible. It's the habit that will give you the life that you truly deserve. It is the one habit that makes a difference, not just with you, but in every relationship that you have in your life. And that's why self-love is probably one of the best daily habits that you should start today. If you're on social media, I encourage you to share one self-love action that you'll take today. And also tag me on any entrepreneur podcast. Just tag me. I would love to hear what self-love action that you're taking today. I'd love to hear your comments, your thoughts. What are you doing next to be the best version of yourself and to show yourself love in a way that you never had before in your whole life? Because remember, the real question isn't whether you're worth it. It's how incredible your life becomes when you finally believe you are. The real question isn't whether you're worth it. It's how incredible your life becomes when you finally believe you are. I hope something I said today has helped you realize that you're beautiful. You're wonderful. You have everything you need and deserve within you if you take the time to love you. Thank you for joining me today on this self-love journey. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more episodes on Entrepreneur, where purpose, passion, and prosperity collide. Much love.